Welcome to Culture Wire. I'm your host, Meg Schiffler. For the past year, the Arts Commission has been participating in the city's effort to revitalize the Central Market Street corridor. In addition to the Thursday Arts Market and art in storefronts, the Arts Commission recently launched the Artery Project. For the next year, the Artery Project will bring energy and excitement to Market Street, recalling the street's heyday as San Francisco's vibrant and bustling theater district. UN Plaza during business hours sees hundreds of passing office workers and students running errands. But the activity winds down at 5 o'clock every day. Theater productions bring some foot traffic, but Central Market is more of a thoroughfare than a destination after the sun goes down. On December 9th, the Artery Project's launch brought a party atmosphere to Market Street. Led by Mayor Gavin Newsom, city officials flipped the switch on 3 new art installations that light up the street's architecture. A looping video at 1119 Market Street was the first work to be seen that evening. Before the unveiling, Director of Cultural Affairs Luis Cancel spoke to artist Jim Campbell about the concept behind urban reflection and how he created the work.
I'm really excited to have your installation on public view starting today here on Market Street. You created a site-specific work. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, I was asked to, I looked at 2 or 3 different locations, and this one seemed the best. I work with electronics, custom electronics, and so indoor seemed the best for the work. I also liked how close it was to Market Street itself. It's only about 10 feet away from Market Street, so I chose this location.
Now, what is the duration if somebody were to stand in front of your installation today?
At the moment it's 12 minutes, but I've actually been thinking about adding footage over the time because it's going to be up through a couple seasons.
And could you describe it a little bit in terms of what your creative process is?
Yeah, well, it's a curtain. It's an image that's made up of a curtain, so it's very malleable. And the idea was to use this technology that I've been using for the last 10 years, low-resolution imagery, to reflect Market Street back to the pedestrians walking by. The reason that it kind of works in this environment is that you see people walking by, you see cars going by, you see buses going by, but you can't tell who the people are because it's low resolution. You can't really see their faces. You can see the way they walk. You might be able to tell the kind of car going by.
So what do you think that passers-by will experience when they see your work?
Well, I was been thinking that it's really going to be a test of the success of the work. If people stop and look, then I think it will be a successful work. I have noticed in the last few nights that people do stop and look, a certain percentage stop and look. And one of the things that I was playing with was this work is the ambiguity of whether it's live or not. So people walk by and they might even move like this back and forth thinking that they're in the image, and then they realize it's not, it's a daytime shot and that kind of thing.
Well, Jim, thanks for being part of Lights on Market Street.
My pleasure.
After the lighting of urban reflection, Mayor Newsom led the party to the corner of 7th and Market Streets to view more of the Artery Project. Lighting their way down the street were members of the Filipino Cultural Center's youth program, carrying traditional parole lanterns. On the side of the Renoir Hotel is a projection by artist Paul Notzold titled Storylines. Working with students from the Art Commission's Writers' Corps program, Paul organized a series of images with text captions. The text captions will change every evening and tell a different story written by a Writers' Corps student. 1 block away, Theodore Watson has created an interactive installation that crosses over 6th Street. Faces begins with a photo capture station on the north side of the street that projects your face onto a building on the south side of the street. On opening night, the installation was an immediate hit with the crowd. Luis Cancel talks with Theodore Watson about his remarkable installation.
What inspired you to create this interactive piece?
You know, the work that I typically do is kind of interactive installations for both inside, indoor, and also outdoor and public space. And for me, the stuff that I'm most interested in is like, how can we use technology and kind of artistic practice to kind of make the city, which is typically quite a static environment, architecturally speaking, like how can we make it come alive?
What I love about your work, Theo, is that, you know, there's such sophisticated software and electronics and complex connections that all have to work together to make it successful, but yet all of that is invisible to the people who interact with the work.
They don't realize there's all these kind of cables and projectors and computers and all this sort of technology behind the scenes. And if you can kind of keep it hidden, it just feels like a kind of really magical moment. And I think that's, to me, what's inspiring, and I think that's what makes the public sort of their eyes light up. Yeah.
You feel a little bit like the Wizard of Oz.
Totally, yeah.
So having been now on Market Street for a while and seeing how the public is interacting with your piece, what's your impression of what, you know, Faces is going to be like here?
I'm already loving it, and you know, I just the fact that I can like look up and I see someone and I'm like, you know, oh my god, that's crazy. And then already today and yesterday, I've been bumping into people in the street who I recognize only from their portrait. And you know, I'm hoping that people, you know, it's going to just provide a kind of a slightly, you know, just more friendly kind of way to look at each other in this neighborhood.
It's really helping to reinforce and create a new sense of neighborhood. Yeah. And so we want to thank you for being part of this project, and thank you for bringing Faces to San Francisco.
Oh, it's an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much.
The Artery Project will have installations on Market Street until June of 2011. This revitalization initiative is funded by the National Endowment for the Arts in an effort to transform Market Street into a nationally celebrated cultural district. Additional projects and events will be launched throughout the year, including art in storefronts and coordinated nighttime events hosted by the Gray Area Foundation for the Arts and the Luggage Store Gallery. To learn more about the Artery Project, visit sfartscommission.org/artery.